Welcome to a demo of the RecordPoint and Egnyte integration. RecordPoint gives you a complete view of your data and helps you do data classification and governance at a macro scale across all of your systems. Egnyte is now one of those systems that we can help you govern your data in. Egnyte is a secure content platform for file sharing, governance, and protection. And now we seamlessly integrate so you can manage Egnyte along with all of your other content sources. Today, I'm going to walk through at a high level the data governance framework, which is ingestion, classification, and then disposal, and show you how Egnyte integrates at each of these steps. So to start off, what you're looking at here is our RecordPoint Egnyte instance. So we've got some documents in here that we're going to see in RecordPoint. On this page is the landing page of RecordPoint. Here you can see our dashboard and you can see at a high level how many records you have and also how many data sources you're connected to. I've already connected our Egnyte instance up to RecordPoint, but if you were doing it for the first time, you would do so through this connectors page. So here you can add your connector through the connectors gallery. Now, a few things about RecordPoint. Firstly, it is managed in place. So your underlying users of Egnyte will not know that RecordPoint's being used. It will not disrupt their user experience, and they will not have to do any manual tagging. That is all taken care of in the back in RecordPoint. So here you can add Egnyte from the connector gallery. As you can see there, RecordPoint is system agnostic too. So we work with all Microsoft products, and including outside the Microsoft suite, including Box, we can do legacy systems as well. So really the options are limitless. When you are connecting up your Egnyte instance for the first time, you'll need to include your Egnyte domain. Over here, we can see it's just @for-recordpoint.egnyte.com. And you can select exactly which folders of your Egnyte instance you want to manage. You can also decide if you want to ingest content just going forward or ingest everything you've ever created in your Egnyte instance. As I said, I've already connected up our instance of Egnyte, so let's go have a look at what those records look like. If I head into advanced search, you can see I've created a search here, which is I was looking for all content sources that were called Egnyte, so everything from the Egnyte connector. And I'm also using a specific piece of Egnyte metadata here to search for only contracts in the system. You can see here are all the documents that are contracts from my Egnyte instance, and also you can see the content sources listed here. Let's talk a bit more about the specific documents and information that we ingest into Egnyte. Over here, we're looking at a professional services agreement. Let's go find this Egnyte to compare the two. Here we have the professional services agreement document that I have ingested into RecordPoint. You can see the title here. We give it a unique record number identifier, which is this R number here. You'll get the date it's created. This location is a usable hyperlink, so if you have access to that document in Egnyte, you can click that and navigate straight to there. You can also see when the document was last modified. I'll come back to the disposal when we talk a bit more about disposal in a moment. Here you can see all the metadata that we've ingested specifically from Egnyte. Now, here you can see the tags that we have added to this document at RecordPoint. So we've added at RecordPoint, meaning in our Egnyte RecordPoint instance. You can see I've added that the document type is a contract, the image tags are a carpentry, and also we've added some specific metadata around when the contract date started and ends. Now you can see all of those metadata fields have been pulled directly into RecordPoint. So you can see the contract end date, the contract start date. You can see the image tags for concrete. You can see that the document type is contract. Now this is useful because using our powerful search and classification engine, you can use these metadata fields to perform almost any action. So as you saw just earlier, I was searching for all documents with the document type contract with my powerful advanced search. You can also search for the content in this document. So I can combine these metadata search elements with, perhaps I'm looking for the Cruz County Regional Transportation. I can search that content search as well and combine the two to find this document. Where this metadata becomes especially useful is for your data governance and disposal workflows. Let's have a quick look at that. In RecordPoint, we help you dispose of documents as soon as you're able and keep them for as long as you need to under your mandatory legislative frameworks. The file plan is where we define how long you want to keep a certain category of documents for. So here I've created a finance category for all my finance documents, and I'm saying that I can destroy these after 7 years of the contract date ending. Now, something I want to call out here is this contract end date is actually a specific Egnyte metadata field. So that is going to be calculated based off this tag we have here, where the contract end date is the 1st of May, 2030. Remember that date, we'll come back to that. Now, in order to funnel my records into this category, I need to do so using rules. Here I've created a rule that says if a document is not in SharePoint and it is in Egnyte and it's a contract, again, this is a specific Egnyte metadata category, then yes, I want to categorize it in the finance category because I know it's a contract. Let's go back to our record. We know that this professional services agreement has a contract end date of the 30th of April, 2030 at 7 a.m. Now, because we have classified this as a contract based on the Egnyte metadata, because the document type was contract as per this tag, we've assigned it with the finance file plan category, which means that I can dispose of it 7 years after the contract end date. As you can see here, RecordPoint has automatically applied that and has calculated that you can dispose of this document in 2037, which is 7 years after that contract end date, as I defined in my Egnyte metadata. This means that there is no need for manual tagging or classification. RecordPoint can automatically define things as they're meant to be. We also have a machine learning engine that can read your document and decide what type of document it thinks it is if you want to rely on more than just metadata. Once this document is ready for disposal, I can send it to a disposal approver and have it removed from the source system. Importantly, you may be able to delete documents in Egnyte, but they will remain in RecordPoint until the disposal period is satisfied, and then RecordPoint will remove them from everywhere. So that is the overview of how Egnyte and RecordPoint interacts. That is sort of just scratching the surface with RecordPoint capabilities. We can also search all of your Egnyte content for personal information, credit card information, and sensitive information so you can lock it down as necessary. So to sum up, we support you reducing your risk with your Egnyte connector. We can help you perform governance at a macro scale, so you can apply that same governance framework across every system in your organization, including Egnyte and others, such as SharePoint, Outlook, or any other enterprise system. And essentially, we can help you become compliant in a defensible way.